Greetings from Costa Rica. I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to provide some very quick tips about finding a long-term rental in Costa Rica, because quite frankly, it's very difficult to do so. And as of May 2022, we're seeing a very tight rental market where there's almost no inventory available to the huge number of people who want to move down here and find a long-term rental. Stay tuned. Folks, today I'm giving some quick tips on finding a long-term rental here in Costa Rica. Unfortunately, it's not something that I handle directly. As of filming this, I'm exclusively focused on sales and purchases of real estate here in Costa Rica. If you're interested in investing, do be sure to email me at matt@lat10realty.com. But I do get a ton of inquiries from people who are looking to rent, and I want to provide a quick overview of how I would look for a long-term rental if I were in your shoes. First of all, it's very important to understand that within tourism hubs, the big locations like Playa Tamarindo, Potrero, Flamingo, other places in the country where there's a lot of development and a ton of tourism, you're going to have an almost impossible time finding a long-term rental that's centrally located, because all of the owners of those properties can make great return on investment through short-term rentals. So you might start your search by not even trying to focus on properties within those hubs, but any kind of property that is located outside of those hubs, a little bit further from the beach. Geographically, you might have to go 10 or 15 miles inland to find properties that aren't nearly as attractive as short-term rentals in order to find your long-term rental options. Second of all, one of the easiest places to start looking, unfortunately, is on Facebook. There are social media groups for every community in Costa Rica where you frequently see even specific subgroups related to long-term rentals. There's definitely one in Tamarindo and the surrounding areas. There's one for the beaches south, north. You can find these social media groups out there. And if you're on Facebook and willing to be barraged by information, you can post in one of those groups what you're looking for, the requirements, the lease dates that you want to book, and you can expect a lot of people, or rather, whatever there is available, to message you with those options. Third, if I were looking for a long-term rental opportunity, I would simply spam people on Airbnb, VRBO, and Booking.com who are the property managers in this area. If you were on Airbnb, for example, and looking outside of Tamarindo, after messaging probably 5 to 10 different property managers on that platform, you would have put yourself in contact probably with an entire range of properties. And really, these managers who are putting their listings on Airbnb and VRBO, that many of them have huge portfolios of properties available. And whether or not they're offering any kind of long-term option on Airbnb, it can be an easy way to reach out, send your inquiry in and say, hey, I'm looking for this in your geographic area. What can you offer me? I'm afraid to say, again, as of May 2022, it's slim pickings. You're having a very hard time finding long-term rental options. You can expect to pay $1,500 for a simple 2-bedroom condo, or prices much higher than that in high demand areas. That's a monthly rate I quoted there, and just a number to throw out as an idea. But long-term rental rates have gone up because The real estate market is undergoing a shift where currently we have far more demand for properties, both leased and purchased, than we have supply. So my final tip is, if you're looking for a long-term rental in Costa Rica, be sure to look far in advance, because especially if your planned arrival dates are anywhere in our high season, if you're coming between December and April and planning to move down here, a huge percentage of properties will have at least one short-term booking in that period 3 or even 6 months in advance. So if you're preparing to move down, do so well in advance and start your search for a long-term rental many months before your planned arrival. You will have a slightly better time if you're planning on arriving sometime in our low season from May through November. If you love straightforward information about moving to Costa Rica, do be sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you're coming down to look to invest, be sure to send me an email again to matt@lat10realty.com. Thanks for watching.